Portland Stage Company is presenting a new play written by a Maine playwright. That's a noteworthy event because it doesn't happen all that often. The play is called Saint Dad. Rob sat down with two of the people involved in the production, director Sally Wood and playwright Monica Wood.
Is there special pressure on you as the one who has written a play when you're putting it on in front of the hometown crowd?
That would be a hard yes.
Do you kind of wish this were opening in Sacramento or something?
Yeah, in some ways, yes, but in other ways, this is a perfect play for a Maine audience. And it all feels very homegrown because this is my third time working with Sally. She directed my last two plays as well at Portland Stage. So, and there's something very special about the debut production, and so I'm just happy to have it here.
The first thing people are going to ask before they even wonder about the play is whether Sally Wood and Monica Wood are related.
I know.
We are not. We wish we were, but no, we are not.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
I know.
It's so funny.
We kind of look like we hail from the same tribe, but
you do
we do
kind
not.
of have the same energy and
do.
so forth. I mean, people, it would be a logical question. But anyway, we have that out of the way. So there was no nepotism involved here. We've got that
we're
clear.
good.
You have written in your career a lot, but mostly fiction.
Yeah.
Your memoir, When We Were the Kennedys and so forth. This is your third play, but mostly you've sat alone in a room typing away. And I'm curious, what's it like when you get involved in theater, which is so collaborative, and you got other chefs in the kitchen?
Well, it is like having a lot of editors in the room, which I'm not used to, and it's also showing early drafts to people that you trust. But it's very exposing, but it's also a delight. I love having a team.
What were your thoughts when Monica and you first started talking about this play and what she had in mind and what you envisioned?
I can't remember. It was a phone call, and you're like, I've got something working, and I was like, what have you got working? I'm not going to tell you yet. I said, okay, that sounds good. It's got to do with siblings, and I was like, oh, all right. So that's how I knew something was coming down the pike. I just wasn't sure when. And pretty much you share it with your writers group first, I think.
Yeah.
And then you kind of bring it out to the theater folks.
This is material that I think is going to resonate with a Maine audience because the story is, tell me if I've gone off track here, 3 adult children. They think their dad is just about to die, so they decide to sell his camp, his family camp. He makes this remarkable recovery. The camp has been sold to someone from out of state. And the story rolls along from there. So this is really rooted in Maine.
It's very rooted in Maine, or really, I think in any place in the nation that has felt the sting of gentrification. That's really kind of the theme underlying everything. It's about family dynamics, for sure. But there is that idea of who gets to own what, and what happens when people come in and start buying property.
And this is material that you grew up in the town of Mexico, Maine. You know about siblings because you came from a big family.
And
you
she
lived in
did
Portland
too.
for many years. What was at the core of the play? What was at the heart of the play when you pretty much had it hammered out?
I think it's the sibling story for me. It's about what it is to, as you get older and parents die and you look around the table and you're like, here we are. And you can still see the 12-year-old, the 6-year-old, the 3-year-old, and I think Monica really captures that in a beautiful way. And the cast we talked about, who has siblings, and everybody just had all these stories of, oh, I'm a twin, and I'm a this, and I've got these people, and it's something that many of us understand, even the person who is a only child.
Yeah, we have one only child in the crew.
And like the crew of like 10 people in that room, I think, so.
This is your third play. Do you like writing plays?
I love writing plays.
You better. I'm really good at it.
I do love writing plays. Even when I'm writing fiction, dialogue is my favorite. That's what just kind of is like silk off a spool. It just comes out. So that's my favorite part. But it is limiting. All you have in a play, that's it. You rely on the actors to imply the inner life and all the things that you can embroider when you're writing fiction. You don't have that luxury.
Are you already saying, Monica, you got that fourth play in the works yet?
Always. And it's the dialogue thing is remarkable because you have to speak. We've got 4 people at a table, and Monica's voice is for all of them. And yet it comes out, it's so funny. it is so true. Yeah, I'm already ready for the next play. I've been saying, come on, what are you doing with your spare time, Monica
All
Wood?
right, we'll let people go see this one first.
You can see Saint Dad at Portland Stage Company through November 19th. We've got more information about it in the 207 section of our website or our app.